I guess in terms of direction, they really wanted to focus more on the crowds. We've never had this many before, so they really decided to make a dedicated team focused on the realization and all the new tech that we needed.
There's a lot of people in the street, though. Lots of people. Lots of data, lots of mocap. We get 3 actors, and together they need to tell a little bit of a story. And different stations together can tell a new story. If you take a bunch of people dancing and clapping, you put a fire, then it's like a little party. But the dancing can be used in a tavern or different places, so all these things are Lego blocks. So what we'll see now, it's still early, nothing in there is final.
I think one of the major things I would say that we're focusing on is the moving crowds. Before, you still had crowd flow, you had lots of people in the crowd flow, but everyone was basically always walking straight. There was no real purpose. I think that's something that's new in ACU, where it's no longer just the player's actions that causes these moments in the crowd. It's really the whole ecosystem that's aware of everyone that's around them. So this in here really is more of a test map. It's more of a shopping map for the moving crowds. So this is where you'll see some of the crowd events, so the systemic moments that pop up where the player can intervene. You'll see some of the AI interactions. This here is a group behavior, so you see some guys dragging someone through the crowd. So we're really putting all of our examples in this test map, so then our level designers, mission designers can see, oh, I've got a woman carrying like a basket. This is one more for the Revolution, where someone's walking around with a head on a pike. But it's really for us to test out all of our systemic moments with the characters.
Because if you just have people walking and then people on the side of the street, you can feel that something is wrong. You feel that it's not natural, but all these systemic little things that we see here mixed in with all the stations and the narrative and all these different things just make it feel like the city is alive.
Here's a couple that are walking on the street, something that we've wanted for many assassins, saying, can we just have people holding hands? I think it's been since AC2 that we said we want to have people holding hands. We were thinking back to ICO, like way back in the day, and they're like, oh no, hand stretching, but it works really well actually. But yeah, the programmer over there is like, I made it happen. It's actually the programmer who did the free running in AC1. All the group behaviors, all the things with the couples holding hands, the things with people dragging people down the street, it's the original programmer from AC1 who did all this.
And which sounds simple, but are very complex
really
setups.
Complex, yeah. If it wasn't for the capabilities of what we're able to do at Next Gen, we wouldn't have the sheer number of people that we have on screen. Just in Paris, we have over 30,000, and we could have 12,000 on screen just at one time. So just here, this is one setup where within the whole thing, this isn't one of our missions in the game. There's 12,000 characters. This was based off of historically what actually happened, the number of people that were here. The way it works, there's 100 of the characters that are near you that are all high res. So they're the ones playing the really heavy, really beautiful looking animations. But then in the distance, they have lower number of bones, so their skeleton is much lighter, so the animation doesn't cost much, and that's the animations that are replicated on all of those characters in the distance. But then when I jump down, you'll see everyone that's going to be around me at this point, they're going to be the high-res characters, and they're going to be the ones playing the full animations, and we're able to have lots. I mean, we have hundreds of animations that could be played on the bulk crowd, and we could have more if we wanted to, but again, we made animations really based off of certain moods and what would fit for certain missions as well.
To me, like, the bulk crowd is what got me into it, like seeing all these thousands of characters. To me, that's like my favorite feature, the one I love to work on, and making these things feel natural and just walking through them is what, yeah, I love it. I think it's cool.
Because a lot of it is all the low res, it really actually isn't very high on the processing or the performance side of things. We are definitely, I think, every team working on optimizations, but you'd believe it or not, but it's not as bad as you think, even with the sheer number. So again, some of the nav stuff we're still working on, but just to show you the reactions, like you'll still see that people are moving out of the way. Some of them, yeah, there's some pops, but it's to show that everyone is still a real character. There is an AI being played, there's full detection, there's reactions, there's everything on all of these characters that are near you.
Jesse, do you expect people with claustrophobia are going to freak out when they hear all this?
I hope so.
I would just love to see it where they look out and go, is that really all real? And they jump down and they go, oh my god, I could actually do everything, use all of my tools. I could just run through and everyone's still going to move out of the way.
So everything is ongoing, we're sort of polishing, and there's so much stuff, so we have to work on everything, but yeah, it's there to stay.
It's been a really good reaction, I think, since E3, so we've been really excited about it. Yeah.
If people walk to our world and feel like it makes sense and they're looking like they're actually living in community and everything, then I think that our job will be done well. I think that we'll be happy just
Hope so.
to give that flavor to the world, just make everything else seems better.